What's up, guys? It's a Spent Man coming to you from the beautiful North Country. Today, I'm going to be staring into my crystal balls, tapping into that big Chariot energy, and giving you my forecast for the year 2024, because that's one of the fun things we get to do on New Year's Day. Walk on Spent Man's path and give our forecast for the year. So starting out, we're going to talk a little bit about Saturnalia, which was a Roman, really weird kind of festival that they celebrated around the New Year, where they threw out the social order, where the slave owner could become the slave, and all of the castes and the roles were ignored, if not reversed, and this could go on for days and days and days. And there is all sorts of weird sexual rites and rituals practiced. And I think during most of my life, I've been living through a larger Saturnalia kind of period, coming from a very liberal sort of place. And in 2024, I kind of see this larger Saturnalia pattern kind of cresting or coming to its apex, right? Because I think the year 2024, we're going to see a lot of the patterns of liberal democracy that we've been experiencing. Basically, if you're around my age, it's been your whole life, so you haven't really experienced anything different than that. But it's been going on for about 100 years, since at least 1913, and I think we're gonna hit peak clown world this year, where it's gonna get too in your face and too ridiculous and so surrealistic that people are gonna it's gonna be impossible to ignore. And so yeah, that's one thing. In the first half of 2024, I see a lot more of Saturnalia continuing and getting crazier and crazier and crazier until it eventually kind of just bursts. And that kind of happens parallel to the 2024 presidential election, right? Because we have this guy, T-Rump, out there, and it's also 2024 is the year of the dragon, and this guy running for president that was a former president, Mr. Trump, he kind of symbolizes the American dragon. I think that's actually one of his nicknames, was the American dragon. So I don't know much about Chinese astrology, so this is just kind of my my take from an American perspective, that in 2024 the dragon is either gonna rise to power, overcoming all odds, or is gonna be slayed. But either way, whether the dragon rises and establishes a new order, or the dragon gets slayed, what it's going to do is kind of connect with the first thing that I was talking about, the Saturnalia. And whatever the outcome is, it's going to really highlight and show this trend that we've been in, the Saturnalia trend. And it's just going to bring a lot of things to light. I think a lot of the old systems are going to just be illuminated and be exposed for what they are, which is just a lot of trickster energy, a lot of division, and a lot of things that aren't really helpful to humanity. So I think in 2024, after the election cycle, stuff will get so ridiculous that people will be experiencing a lot of confusion and a lot of delusion, and people just aren't really gonna know what's going on, to the point where everyone just kind of has to admit that what's been going on systematically for a long time is just completely ridiculous and completely unacceptable with everything that it's been doing. So Saturnalia, the dragon, Trump, the election, that's all kind of connected in the first, half of the year. And, with regards to the dragon, again, the dragon kind of weaves its ecliptic throughout the year. And if it's able to bite its own tail, it completes its ecliptic and a new order is brought in. And if it doesn't get around to meeting its own tail, it gets slayed. So also in Western esotericism, a dragon getting slayed is overcoming the lower nature. So we have this duality with the dragon, where it's kind of this all-encompassing symbol where there's positive aspects and negative aspects, lower aspects and higher aspects. So in the microcosmic kind of plane, in that world, we have the Chariot. I see the Chariot in the second half of the year, which is the need to treat your body, treat your life as if it's a chariot, like a sun chariot, a solar chariot, because there's a lot of light energy and a lot of solar energy in the second half of the year I'm seeing. So I don't know what that means, if it's more spiritual or physical, right? But treating your body, treating your life, mind, body, spirit, your perception as a chariot, polishing that chariot, trying to improve your inner world this year, cleaning up the thoughts, the minds, trying to separate from all of the external kind of turmoil that's going to be out there that I talked about in the beginning of the video. So it's all about tapping into that big chariot energy and visualizing yourself as that sun chariot, like Apollo, moving through all the hindrances and moving through the obstacles, taking on a practice like breath work, meditation, working out a lot. I do Kundalini yoga. That helps me out a lot. Like, it changes. I can be just in a really irritable mood and then do my yoga, and I feel, man, like so much different no matter what. So even if it's temporal, tapping into that big chariot energy by, doing meditation, breath work, or anything that's kind of meditative and helps you regulate your immune system. That will help a lot in 2024 and get you ready for that big solar energy that I see coming at the end of the year. So with all the outer turmoil, it's like the open borders, just the crazy political and social kind of, like, I don't know, the rainbow mafia taking over all the cities and everything, which, like, not to, be too offensive in this video, but all of this outer turmoil cultivates the need for the inner Frith, and the Frith is the need for security, genuine or authentic health, cleaning up the inner field, the inner thoughts, which is something I need to work on a lot myself. But tapping into that Frith, it's just like this general feeling of happiness, self-love, safety, security, spiritual freedom. That Frith is what is going to, come through you and radiate through you to everyone else around you. It's something that you can bring from the microcosm and project onto the macrocosm, except, it's way better than, you know, projecting all the issues and the external kind of reactions that we're so conditioned to. The loosh harvesting is another way to put it. But that is my video. That is my projection for 2024. My forecast. The first half of the year is a lot of the Saturnalia kind of bubbling up to the top and getting crazier and crazier and crazier until it crests, and this big sun energy comes in, big light, and we'll see what it is, whether it's good or it's bad. But either way, the big chariot energy is going to help you get through any obstacles, blockages, and hindrances, and it's going to help cultivate the Frith, the inner Frith. Google Frith and see what it is. And so yeah, 2024 is a lot of the old systems just showing what they're good for and starting to descend. I don't think like there'll be a lot of crazy revolutionary energy, or authentic revolutionary energy, I should say. There's definitely going to be a lot of fake astroturf revolutionary energy, but it will begin the descent of all of the deception and all of the bad stuff that has been going on. It will make it at least impossible to ignore, and that will mark the beginning of the end, the descent of the age, possibly the descent of Kali Yuga. So anyway, I wish everyone a happy new year of happiness, of genuine good health, well-being, security, inner peace, inner freedom, and of Frith, and carry that big chariot energy. That's what I'm talking about. From the beautiful North Country, this has been the Spent Man.